Now, a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the Palm Springs International Film Festival Gala. Brought to you by the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
Welcome to the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival, where the stars align right here in the center of Palm Springs. I'm Bianca Ray.
And I'm Patrick Evans. Thanks for joining us for our 2-hour team coverage of this very special event, a night where CBS Local 2 and KESQ News Channel 3 team up and combine our coverage to bring you all the action from arguably the biggest night in Palm Springs, with some of the biggest stars from Hollywood stopping by to enjoy the awards gala.
Now, over the next 2 hours, you will have a chance to hear from those celebrities as they stop and talk to the two of us right here in this great spot before the red carpet literally even starts. Gosh, over the past few years, we've interviewed some of the biggest names in Hollywood. Matthew McConaughey, there's Natalie Portman, Reese Witherspoon, Ryan Gosling, who else?
Oh, Nicole Kidman, Tom Hanks, Viola Davis, Sandra Bullock, Matt Damon, huge stars.
Now, tonight we will hopefully be speaking to stars like Saoirse Ronan, Mary J. Blige, Gary Oldman, plus, of course, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Now, the film festival is just a year away from marking its 30th anniversary, and for over 29 years, this festival has become a staple event that kicks off the awards season. It's become one of the largest festivals in North America. Movies and actors being honored tonight, without a doubt, sets the stage for the upcoming Golden Globes and the Screen Actors Guild Awards, as well as, of course, the Oscars.
Now, over the next week and a half until January 15th, 180 films will be playing here throughout the Coachella Valley, 77 different countries represented, and pretty interesting, there's going to be 39 premieres as well. We're keeping an eye out as celebrities. Do we have somebody?
Yes, Kiera Udu is going to join us. And Kiera is a gentleman who's appeared in many, many films.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you.
Hello, Bianca.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Great to see you.
Good. How are you?
Very well.
Welcome.
Yes, I just got back to Palm Springs from my publicity tour for Downsizing with Matt Damon and Christoph Waltz. And I'm happy to be here because where can you see 180 films, 77 countries, all the stars tonight, which is great. And this festival is, I live here now since years. The festival is special because it's not like Berlin or Cannes, where is a big selling market. Here, people have a good time. I'm sure I will see a lot of friends tonight.
It must be a nice change of pace after coming off the publicity tour for your most recent.
Yeah, which is more normal here. More, it's Downsizing, like the film is called.
And I know that you're dear friends with the director, Ron Oliver.
Yes, Ron Oliver. I just saw him actually, and he had no time to come here, but he's a great friend.
It is great to see you as always. Enjoy your evening. Good to see you. Kiera Udu, just coming off shooting
Thank
a
you
film
so
with
much.
Matt Damon, and now we've got the mayor.
We have the mayor of Palm Springs. How are you, Mayor
Moon?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You know, I thought you were one of the movie stars tonight.
Stop. We're so excited to be here. This is the highlight of my career every year. I'm so excited. I know you bring students along. That's probably the highlight of their year as well.
Yeah, that's great. And also this year we had a drawing and invited 10 residents of Palm Springs to come as guests of the city. So it's really great. But you know, this actually puts us on the map. There's billions of impressions all over the world from Palm Springs on this, and what's not to like with this beautiful scenery and the 81-degree weather.
It's always a big night, and as you mentioned, this year, Palm Springs is the title sponsor, so the city spends a good bit of money to be a sponsor for this, so it was appropriate to invite 10 residents to come in and enjoy the film festival.
Absolutely. It's taxpayers' money that goes to sponsoring this, but you know, it brings in a lot more money than we spend.
Sure.
It's certainly worth it to be the title sponsor, but we thought this year, let's draw 5 people and let them each bring in a guest, and so we did a random drawing of Palm Springs residents only, and they were so excited to win those tickets.
It's been a big couple of months here in Palm Springs, the unveiling of the new Kempton Rowan Hotel, the revitalized downtown, and now a crowning night here at the Palm Springs International Film Festival.
Oh yeah, and this is just the beginning of what's going to be a really busy season. Downtown this year was busier than anybody's ever seen it in years.
Yes.
It's just incredible. I mean, it was like New York City downtown, except it was 80 degrees.
It's so exciting to see the start of award season literally starting here in Palm Springs.
This is where it all starts, yes. And what better place for it? We're near Hollywood, and we have the glamour from the 1930s on up until today. It's almost 90 years of glamour here in Palm Springs.
All right. Right.
And have you performed any other weddings recently?
No. Well, I've done a few, but not as glamorous as yours.
Mayor Robert Moon, thank you.
Good to see you.
Have a great night.
Very
Mayor
exciting.
Moon actually performed the ceremony for my wedding to my wife Andrea earlier this year. Well, actually, now it was last year.
Yeah,
in March
officially
of
our
last year.
Mr. Palm Springs then when the mayor marries you. It's exciting.
I was grateful that he decided to do that.
So the film festival officially starts on Thursday, actually, with the screening of The Post, of course, directed by the one and only Steven Spielberg. Look.
The New York Times was barred from publishing any more classified documents dealing with the Vietnam War.
If you publish, we'll be at the Supreme Court next week.
Meaning?
Well, we could all go to prison.
I might have.
Now, as you just saw, the movie literally stars Hollywood's Holy Grail, Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, and it's getting great reviews as well with Spielberg behind the lens. The Post is about the first female publisher of the Washington Post and her editor who risked their careers and their very freedom to help bring long-buried truths to light, exposing a massive government cover-up of secrets spanning 3 decades and 4 U.S. presidents.
In addition to kicking off with a bang like the movie The Post, there's always an exciting closing night, and the finale this year is a movie starring Burt Reynolds, who plays an aging screen icon. Sounds vaguely autobiographical for Mr. Reynolds. It's called The Last Movie Star, and it surrounds Reynolds' character, a movie icon who gets lured into accepting an award at a rinky-dink film festival in, of all places, Nashville. And it takes him on a hilarious fish-out-of-water adventure and unexpected journey into his past. It also stars Ariel Winters from ABC's Modern Family, and a very funny turn by, of course, Chevy Chase.
Now, the Palm Springs spotlight will be shining on the amazing movies gracing the big screen and the actors, directors, and screenwriters that brought them to light.
Asset ever to be.
Now, who is that?
All right, now across the street is a very exciting aspect of the whole night. Fans that lined up, some of them days, right, overnight, definitely wanting to get a great spot because celebrities do stop and talk to them.
Well, and we had a pre-recorded interview with Willem Dafoe, but first thing he did is he got out of his limo and walked across to the street to the fans. And Alexandra Pierce is there keeping a pulse on what the fans are doing and how they're enjoying the evening and getting a brush with the stars. Allie.
Hi, everyone. Yes, we are getting pretty used to hanging out with the fans on this side of the street, and they have so much fun. I just want to give you kind of a perspective of just how many fans are here. So why don't we take a little walk backwards? I'm going to walk backwards in this very nice gown, hiked up my dress, you know. I can do it all. And let's get a look at all of these fans. Say hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Are you guys excited?
Yeah, very.
So excited. Some of these people wait all night long. They all start lining up. You waited all night long?
Yes.
9:30
this morning. 9:30 this morning.
That's a long time to me. Some of them camp out. They all have their pictures. They really want to see some of these stars. Already they got some autographs from Willem Dafoe. He came over here not once but twice. We're going to be playing some games with all of these fans later on. Yes, they love the games. And we're also going to be teaching them how to get these celebrities to come over here. So we're going to tell them how to chant their names. It's always a fun time. So for now, back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now, if you think it's exciting what you're about to see right here on the red carpet, those celebrity interviews, just wait until you see where exactly this carpet leads to. So the gala taking place this evening is arguably the most high-end, coveted ticket in Palm Springs throughout the year. A beautiful production put on in there. I spoke with Sherry Kelly. She's the event planner, so she plans this high-end event for 2,200 people. She gave me the only look, an exclusive look at the planning of it all. Now you get to see too. After the stars align on the red carpet at the Palm Springs International Film Festival,
I think the film festival is the ticket in town because it's so extraordinary.
they step into a world of opulence under the sea.
I have 40 to 45 tablecloths in 5 different colors of the ocean. So we're going to start with seafoam green and go to a turquoise and a periwinkle and a hydrangea blue, and we finish with royal blue. So, and it won't be straight lines in the room, it'll be curves as if the waves were coming in.
Sherry Kelly of Sherry Kelly Events talked to us about planning a high-end gala for 2,000 plus people. First, it's a lot of creation and design.
We've got 3 to 4 people in here at any given day working on all these projects.
One of those projects, making 211 centerpieces.
This is the sea glass that goes in each bowl, and it's measured out 211 times.
Now, the finishing touches on these ocean centerpieces are 850 orchids flown in specifically from Holland for the event. They just arrived in the desert a few days ago on the 29th. When we met with Sherry weeks before the gala, it was time for final meetings to discuss final details. I sat in on her one-on-one with Jim Houston, the co-chair of the film festival.
We've had situations now where the big MGM type of people call up and want to know if they can bring some people out and just go through the entrance. So they'll show up in the news and everything afterward, and so on and so forth. Get back on the bus and go home.
The start of January, the Palm Springs International Film Festival is the place to be for celebrities vying for Oscar Gold.
There'll be 10 people who receive an award, and his batting average is around 7 of them will get something in Los Angeles.
And for a lot of other people, too.
The biggest hook of the film festival. I mean, it's an event in every way with the excitement and the look and the style and the music, but the production of the show with the stars. I mean, they start right out, and first out of the gate might be Tom Hanks, you know, and you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, he is on the stage, he's talking to me.
The gala may not be televised like the Globes and the Oscars, but Sherry says that's what makes it different.
No censorship, no cutting him off, no music playing him off, so you really get privy to a lot of wonderful information about movies that you wouldn't have at any other award show.
Now, in case you were wondering, I'm kind of an all about the food girl. Short ribs is on the menu again. Mr. Houston says it's actually the one thing that doesn't change every year, kind of like a, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It is a staple on this menu, and that goes back to the days when Jackie Lee Houston was with us, and she was a big sponsor along with Jim of the film festival. They came in when Harold Mansner took over and really kind of saved a struggling film festival. But she said that she chose short ribs because you can keep it nice and hot for everybody and doesn't get overdone.
Yes.
If you do fillets, the problem is they sit around and some get more done, and so she said this is the perfect food to feed a lot of people, and it's delicious.
2,200 plates being made right now.
So you're going to be posting on social media because you'll be in the side.
I will. I'm going inside, so keep up with KESQ News Channel 3 and my Bianca Ray Instagram page. You'll see pictures of, there's a little table gifts everybody gets as well. Everything's very over the top. It's beautiful, so you'll get to see on Instagram.
There's Harold Matsner even as we speak. You know, the film festival is a visual feast and a boon to the economy. It lures Hollywood stars right here to the Valley like no other event. But beyond the red carpet and the bright lights, it really is all about the movies. And the people come here to see the 180-plus films that will be screened. The big question is, how do people choose those films that you end up getting to see? And I went over to the Film Festival office to find out. Michael Lerman, the film festival's artistic director, is the man behind the movies at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. It's safe to say that his life is movies.
I think I'm up to about 750 this year. So I think that would have to be about, you know, like it's at least 2 a day. It's more than 2 a day. It's, you know, I've spent days where all I do is watch movies.
Michael and the programming staff, led by Liliana Rodriguez, watch hundreds of movies, plow through all of the submissions, and seek out certain films that would fit the programming profile of our Valley's signature event. Lerman says it's about knowing your audience.
I'm pretty proud of this program. I think the team is very proud of the program, and I think a lot of that has to do with analyzing kind of audience balloting data and attendance data and just different things that are barometers of how people are liking it, because it's not, you know, we don't do it for us, we do it for the audience.
The Palm Springs International Film Festival is unique as it arrives just as the awards season is about to begin, which means the festival can showcase premieres and movies that may already be in release.
Because our position in the year, in the marketplace, and the proximity to Los Angeles allows us to really be a best of the previous year festival.
But seriously, how do you pick the films?
One of the biggest elements is also the solicitation element, because it's a combination of the two things, right? Like there's the submissions, and then there's also the things you go after that weren't knocking on your door. the people you go chase, the things you see at other festivals.
As hard as it might be to believe, sometimes getting a film to show at the festival requires a little persuasion, and that's a big part of Michael and the other programmers' jobs.
I think people don't realize the majority of my job and the job of a lot of the other programmers is to sit there and negotiate. And it's a lot of kind of coordination with people and how many times are you going to play it? Are you going to play it here? How are you going to position it?
Of course, the festival, all of it, not just the gala, needs to be an event. And the team is focused on providing that experience for the audience.
When you're showing something that somebody already has access to, what you really want to do is make sure it's an event, right? And we want everything to be an event.
And indeed it is an event. Okay, and we're back. And what you're hearing are people screaming, Allison Janney, who is receiving an award tonight. You're going to be doing an interview with her.
Right. I'll be talking to her. She's receiving the Icon Award, or rather the Spotlight Award, that is, for her role in I, Tonya. She plays Tonya Harding's mother. Let's see if we are able to see right over there. We have Allison Janney, beautiful green dress. She's walking toward the fans. It looks like she's going to talk to some people. I think we have some information up on your screen about her. So Allison Janney will be coming over here, talking to us about I, Tonya. Hopefully we're gonna try to grab her. Great film, of course, starring Margot Robbie. Beautiful, very interesting story, very entertaining as well, getting to see this whole scandal that, of course, rocked the ice skating world almost 24 years ago now, Pat.
You are too young to remember, but I remember like
Yeah.
It was yesterday, because never before in the world of Olympic athleticism had there been a hit on somebody. And that's basically what this was. Tonya Harding, taking a tire iron to a competitor's knee, so that and that competitor then Nancy Kerrigan went on to win the silver medal in those Olympics.
It's interesting, when this happened all those years ago, America essentially took a side. A lot of people saying, the media portrayed a certain image of this story. And it's interesting, if you see reviews of this film, or people that are even in the film, the actors themselves say they kind of changed their opinion about the whole scandal and actually start to feel for Tonya Harding as well.
Well, of course, there are two sides to every story, and
Always.
this film attempts to depict that other side. Allison is over there talking with the fans. In fact, I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but she was over there with the grandstand. She was chatting with Harold Matzner.
Let's actually take a listen. We have a little clip from the movie.
They want someone to hate. And the haters always say, Tonya, tell the truth.
All right, you just saw a little clip of I, Tonya. Again, a story from Tonya Harding's perspective, various interviews recreated of the whole scandal that rocked the world 24 years ago, the ice skating world, sports world.
To give you some idea of what you were just looking at, so there are three areas of interviews along the red carpet as the stars arrive. First one being Entertainment Tonight, and then we are right next door to Getty Images, which does archive interviews, saves them, and then it's CBS Local 2 KESQ, and so Allison Janney's stopping over there to talk with the Entertainment Tonight reporter.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting to show you the behind the scenes. Let's actually pan if you want to see. So there's three different stages, right? Everybody, when celebrities literally get out of the limo, we are the third media that they talk to. So this is before national media, the whole line of hundreds of international and national media as well. First they're talking to Entertainment Tonight, then they stop by Getty, and literally Palm Springs, we are third. So as you see, we are kind of, we want to stay on our toes to try to snag these celebrities as well, kind of keep an eye on them, and I think it looks like she'll probably stop. She's 2 stages away from us.
Yeah, I think she would. And typically, if they're up for being interviewed once, they typically talk to just, and then around the corner from us is sort of the stand and shout line,
right?
Which I'm very grateful that we're not
very
there.
lucky here.
But it is that's where they walk, but there are no stages to stop and chat. We're going to take a very quick break. We'll be right back, and hopefully we'll be right back with Allison Janney.
All right, stay with us.
You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by The General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by The General Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
Hi everyone, welcome back. We're live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Take a look right here. Allison Janney, one of the stars of I, Tonya, along with Margot Robbie, is standing right next to us. We're going to try to grab her as soon as she's done to speak with her this evening. Already getting electric and exciting on the red carpet here in Palm Springs.
It is exciting. You've been excited about doing this interview.
I am. The film I, Tonya, of course, talking about that ice skating scandal almost 24 years ago now. She plays Tonya Harding's mother. So we're going to get a chance to talk to her about that. And I believe we're keeping an eye. We have a lot of stars kind of waiting around our stage here. But I'm going to keep an eye on Allison. I don't want to lose her.
Well, I just saw Harold Matzner escorting Mary Hart in. And the host this evening, and it has been for many, many years. And actually, we have a gentleman who is a veteran who is recipient. We have our Coachella Valley Spotlight,
right?
Dogs that go to wounded veterans, and so there's a gentleman here who is a wounded veteran who received one of those dogs. We're going to be talking to him as well, I believe.
He was invited here to the film festival. Let's actually take a listen a little bit more about the organization and the man who's so fortunate to be here tonight.
Around and just having her around.
Yes.
Right? It's one of those things that you always want to get out and go do at least once. So for Andy to invite us to come out there and mingle with everyone, I think it's going to be a really good time. Plus Gabby here gets to go out and meet a bunch of people as well, so I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Love this. I mean, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You look beautiful. Mary Hart here right now. Of course, our host for the evening, our MC for the gala inside. Palm Springs love you. Everyone loves having you back every year for this special event.
You are so sweet, and I love being here. This is my 15th year. I cannot believe it, because I remember 15 years ago when it was a very small crowd, and there weren't nearly all of these cameras and all of this excitement. But it's always great to come back to my part-time home.
I have to ask you if you wore, this is black, not navy, is it? Navy. It is navy. Then we have I know
Navy's
a lot
all the rage this
a
year.
lot of women are wearing black to support the Me Too movement happening in Hollywood right now. But you look stunning, and thank you for being here and, of course, celebrating in Palm Springs.
Bet. Are you guys going to come inside and see the
We'll
show?
see you inside.
We'll see you on stage.
It'll be a great show.
Thank you. See you inside. Thank you, Mary.
See you inside. And, of course, now we have, we're waiting for Allison Janney, who's right here.
So take a look right here. We have Allison Janney. It looks like she's finishing up talking to somebody, and we're going to grab her. Allison Janney from I, Tonya. She stars in the film with Margot Robbie playing Tonya Harding's mother.
We also have Kumail Nanjiani, who wrote the movie that Holly Hunter is the Big Sick, that Holly Hunter is starring in. And he's right here, and we're going to talk to him as well. If we can get Allison.
Hi, Allison. How are you? Hi there. I'm Bianca. How are you?
Hey, Bianca. How are you? Nice to see you. Am I coming over here?
Slide on over here. We're the local Palm Springs station. Are you a fan of the desert?
Oh, I love the desert. I've always loved coming out here. Whenever I come out here, I feel a sense of calm and peace immediately.
Does that too, doesn't it?
It really does. I've always been a fan of Palm Springs, and I'm happy to be back here tonight especially.
Of course, receiving the Spotlight Award for your role in I, Tonya. You play Tonya Harding's mother. I want to start with the fact you talked about the fact that you wanted to bring out the humanity of this character. How did you do that?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't easy.
It's CBS. It's CBS.
You know, but I had to realize that a woman as awful
done,
as Lavana is on the page had to have been a child at some point. She had to have been raised by a family that I had to assume that she had to come from an abusive family. I had to assume that she had dreams and she had disappointments, and I just had to get in touch with that side of her, what her dreams were and what her disappointments were, and that made her, for me, real, and I could sink my teeth into her and really get behind her point of view in the story.
You executed that very well. I understand Margot Robbie had a chance to meet Tonya Harding in her research of the role. Did you get to meet Lavana, your character?
I did not. Stephen Rogers, who wrote the movie, met extensively with Tonya and her husband, Jeff Gillooly, and neither of them knew where Lavana was, and Tonya didn't really care if she was alive or dead. So Stephen kept trying to find her, and every trail went cold, so he had to give up and just write her from Tanya's Tanya's version of her mother and Jeff's. As a matter of fact, it was the only thing that Jeff and Tanya agreed on was how awful Lavana was. So, and then Stephen threw in his artistic license, and I got to bring to her what I wanted to bring to her.
I found it interesting. Of course, when this all happened so many years ago, it seemed that people formulated an opinion. They took a side. Did your opinion of the scandal change?
Mine did. I think when it first happened, I was more of a Nancy Kerrigan on her side, because I think the press told us what to think about them. We were told that Tanya was bad and Nancy was good, and that's what we were fed, and I believed it. And now having done the movie and seen all the research Stephen did on what actually happened, I have a lot more empathy for Tanya. I don't know that she's completely exonerated, but I do feel that I have a lot more compassion for her.
Well, beautiful work. Congratulations on this award and the whole road ahead. See you inside. Thank you, Ellison. All right. I think we're going to try to grab Timothy Chalamet. Are we grabbing?
No, we've got...
Oh, go ahead.
Come on.
Kamal and Emily, the big...
Come on over. We have Kumail Nanjiani and his wife, Emily Gordon. Thank you both for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us, although I don't know if it was your decision to have us here.
It was absolutely my decision, yes.
Thank you. We're both wearing plaid. This is great. Wait, is this plaid?
Yours is more subtle. Yours is definitely...
Mine is screaming plaid.
We're going to swap later, I think. You wrote a very funny, great film, and it's autobiographical. It's the story of how you two... And Holly Hunter, who plays your mother, your mother-in-law. So kind of give folks the background on this.
Oh, and the movie.
Yeah.
The movie, you kind of summed it up. The movie is based on when Kumail and I started dating. We had a few complications.
Yeah.
One of which being your family wanted you to marry other people. Mine being that I was in a coma.
She got very sick.
Yeah.
And so we waited 10 years and they made a movie about it. And
a comedy.
A comedy, but a very grounded, real comedy. And we wanted to sort of tell this story because we knew nobody else had this story. And we just wanted to, make it the type of movies that we like. We sort of have everything. Like they're funny, they're sad, they're scary. Family stuff.
They got everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away, but you did recover.
I don't know. You'll have to watch and find out.
Walking,
you don't
talking
know.
Spoiler alert.
That's right. So you're presenting an award tonight to Holly Hunter.
Yes, I'm so excited. I bet I'm more excited about presenting her with the Career Achievement Award than she is to get the Career Achievement Award. This is my career achievement so far. I'm going to say that in this speech.
Well,
pretty good. Oh my God.
It is so great, and congratulations on a great film, and thank you very much for stopping and chatting.
Meet up later.
Yeah, we need to swap jackets. Kumail, thank you very much. Emily. So, and it is an interesting film because it's a true story, and he comes from a very strict Muslim family, and so they actually ended up getting married after she came out of the coma, before she met his parents.
Wow.
So,
and yeah, great work there. We're going to grab Timothy Chalamet.
I'll get out of the way and let you do that.
Starring in Call Me By Your Name. Let's take a look right there. We could pan back our camera. Timothy Chalamet. They're having a little celebrity one-on-one moment. Actually, if you look right there, you see Armie Hammer co-starring with Timothy. Hi, Timothy. Come up. We see Armie arriving right now. I'm Bianca Ray. How are you?
Timothy, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Armie?
Armie, I see him right there. See all the spotlight, the ladies.
There's literally a spotlight on him.
Everyone very excited about him.
Yes.
We're excited about you. This is amazing. The Rising Star Award for your role in Call Me By Your Name. A love story about your character. Let's scooch over a little bit. Your character, you're fine, a teen falling in love with a college-aged man. A beautiful story. I know you did a lot of extensive work. You learned Italian. How did you prepare emotionally to play this role?
Well, I went to a performing arts high school in New York, a drama high school called LaGuardia, and it's a requisite by the time you graduate there to try to make yourself as
is that okay?
vulnerable as possible if the scene or the story requires that. Certainly there are characters and roles and stories that are more masked, but this wasn't what this is about. This is an unabashed love story between two guys that fall for each other wholeheartedly, and that was the requirement.
And it was beautifully done because there was no negative connotation about the fact that it was two men. They didn't have to admit it to someone or come out. It was just a love story. What does that do to move the LGBT community forward?
Oh, well, I would never claim to be able to make big claims like that. But I know the tremendous feeling for us on that front is that it feels like the perfect time for this kind of movie for the reason you alluded to. There's no bad antagonizer. Nobody gets AIDS. nobody has to apologize for being gay. So if it moves the conversation forward in any way, it would be in that capacity.
And you and Army seem like such genuinely good friends, yeah?
I mean, that's my brother. I got so lucky. Like, I don't know what this experience would be if it was someone that I didn't have a tremendous relationship and friendship with. So,
great work. Exciting, even more exciting things ahead for you. Good luck inside, and we'll see you in there, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very nice to meet you.
Cool. Thank you.
What a great kid, a great actor, my goodness. Timothy Chalamet starring with Armie Hammer, who I think we'll talk to in just a minute. Like he was saying, it is very unique to see a love story about two men with nothing negative, nothing bad happens. It was really done just like any other love story would have been done as well, and very relatable. A lot of people saying as they saw the film, regardless of the fact that it was two men falling in love, two women, a man and a woman, what have you, a lot of people seem to fall in love with the universal fact that it was just essentially young love. And it was a great film. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you do. What's going on, Pat?
Oh, we're waiting for Holly Hunter. She's over here chatting, but her publicist is grabbing her, and she is receiving the Career Achievement Award tonight.
Exciting interview for you.
Yes, and well, the young man that I was just talking to, Kumail Nanjiani, is the star of that movie, but he wrote it, and it's autobiographical. Holly Hunter played her mother, his mother-in-law.
Okay.
And the way they met was literally over his fiance's sickbed. She was in a coma.
Wow.
And so he's forced to be in this room with people who really weren't thrilled with him as the choice of a fiance. And Ray Romano plays the father. So, here comes Holly Hunter, receiving the Career Achievement Award. Hi, I'm Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Congratulations.
Holly. Nice to meet you. It's really thrilling to be here.
I was just talking with Kumail Nanjiani, and you did the hilarious and wonderful film, The Big Sick.
Well, I'm just so thrilled that he's here. I'm so honored that Kumail is here to present the award to me. And we just had such a blast doing the movie. You know, nothing but a blast. It was nothing but like a big love fest.
You're receiving a Career Achievement Award. You continue to turn out great work. I became a big Holly Hunter fan when broadcast news came out because working in the business, I've made my fair number of producers cry.
Well, and I remembered that when broadcast news came out that I was never treated so well by the press because they felt taken in by the movie. They felt, that Jim Brooks really, truly represented the press in a kind of a beautiful way. So that was fun.
And obviously you received your Academy Award for the piano. Wonderful work.
That was lovely. That was just one of those incredibly fortunate strokes in my life that a movie that I loved that much, I would be honored for it. I could only imagine that some people might have gotten an Academy Award for a movie that they didn't particularly love. I don't know.
Obviously, that's got to be tops on your list, but you look back over the movies that you've made, what are some of your other favorites that you go back now and watch and love?
Well, I love 13, that Catherine Hardwicke directed with Evan Rachel Wood, who was so brilliant, and Nikki Reed. I just thought it was a really special, impactful movie.
We are very pleased to have you in Palm Springs. Congratulations on receiving this award.
Thank you, Patrick.
Pleasure to meet you. Have a great evening. Holly Hunter tonight receiving the Career Achievement Award. And right next door is Guillermo del Toro, who is the director of The Shape of Water,
which is leading the Golden Globe nominations with 7 nominations. So much Oscar talk about that. We're waiting now for Laurie Metcalf. She is presenting to Saoirse Ronan for the film Lady Bird. She plays Saoirse's mother in that film. These are all great films. I have to say you have to see them all. But you laughed, you cried, you kind of experienced every range of emotions in that one.
You really work hard to see almost all of the movies on the list.
I do. That's kind of part of my research mode, if you will. And sometimes I'll just go sit alone. I like it. Once I want to hear a story, I guess we got time to kill. Once I grabbed a whole bunch of P.F. Chang's food. I sat in the back row and I was just eating. I just kind of made my own little spot. And then afterwards, I get out and there's food all over me, but it was so dark in the theater, that story's going to get made fun of. But you know what? I love seeing these films, and sometimes when you have to see 10, you don't find people that want to see 10 with you. So
that is true.
You go alone.
It is hard. But there have been some really, really this movie that we're talking about, The Shape of Water. Del Toro loves monster movies, and these are all, he makes these wonderful homages to, The Creature of the Black Lagoon and Frankenstein, but he puts these wonderful modern twists on them. So I'm looking forward to chatting with him.
And, of course, Salma Hayek is supposed to be coming as well this evening, presenting to the cast of Shape of Water. Lori, how are you? All right, Lori Metcalf, we're going to pan on over. Hi there, how are you? Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. I'm Bianca Ray. Congratulations for just your great work in this film. I know you're presenting to Saoirse this evening.
I am.
Tell me about the chemistry.
Too. The chemistry, we hit it off right away, and I think one of my favorite moments is the opening scene in the movie where the mother and daughter are bickering and we're on the same page, and then we're not, and then it escalates 100 degrees, and she's out the door.
That just boom.
Exit I think I've seen.
It's a great film, and somehow so relatable, too. It seemed like whatever phase, whether you were the parent, you were the kid, the boy, the girl, the teen, whatever, it was universal.
Yes, and most of us have been 17, and I think Greta Gerwig nailed it. Yeah.
Talk about the whole Sacramento scene and filming everything.
Sacramento was lovely. It's a beautiful place. I'd never been. And so we shot the tail end of the movie up there, which was great because we got to form our relationships in LA, and then we got to go to the source.
Seemed like watching this film, you experienced every range of emotion, from laughing to crying. Was that the goal, to get people just to feel?
I think what Greta's goal was to show a relationship as complicated as this one is, and mother-daughter relationships are very complicated. But, she did it with such honesty, and there's no stereotypes. She just, the writing, I thought, was superb.
Well, and you were wonderful, too, and we'll hopefully talk to Saoirse in a bit. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Lori Metcalf presenting the award tonight to Saoirse Ronan, receiving the Desert Palm Achievement Award. Now, those Desert Palm Achievement Awards are very important because they're always a very good indicator as we go up to the Oscars. For example, in the male category, the last 9 years, the men who won this award, they've all been nominated for Oscars. 6 of them went on to win the gold. So a very good way to foreshadow that big night.
And we have some of the cast from The Shape of Water, along with the director.
You can pan on over here. We have Guillermo del Toro.
Sam Rockwell.
Right.
Who is coming up from 3 Billboards. This is one of the things that can happen at one of these shows. We get all of the people arriving at once. But we'll get director Del Toro. Yeah, he's busy. Here he comes.
How are you?
Guillermo del Toro and Richard Jenkins from The Shape of Water, a wonderful movie. You like making monster movies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about them as that. I think about them as fables and fairy tales. I use formats that are genre, but to tell a fairy tale, a fable for our times.
This is a beautiful and sweet fairy tale and fable.
Yes, it's really. I say it's a fairy tale for troubled times. It's an adult movie, but it's a very beautiful tale.
I'm going to swing over here.
This film, you're fine. This film leading the Golden Globes pack with 7 nominations. What do you think it is about the film that is garnering so much love and support?
Him.
I'm saying him. He's the reason.
Then let him answer.
7. It's because of him. I mean, this is his vision, his movie, this all comes from Guillermo del Toro, and that's why.
Was it a nervous pitch explaining to people, it does sound maybe out there, but it came together so beautifully.
Yeah, well, my movies are outlandish generally, so I'm very used to explaining outlandish premises, yeah. Yes.
Great work, we loved it.
Thank you.
It looked like it was a wonderful film, fun for you to work on.
We had a blast. Yeah, it was great. We had a ball. I mean, we all became friends, and it starts the set. The atmosphere on the set starts with the director, and he's a lot of fun. So it was cool.
Well, congratulations on your award this evening, gentlemen. A pleasure to meet you both.
Thank you.
And I loved you on your HBO series, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Gary Oldman's up next for you, Pat.
Oldman,
we're waiting right there.
Oh, Gary Oldman is right here. We have Gary Oldman, star of Darkest Hour. Mr. Oldman, it's a pleasure to see you again. You were here in 2012.
I was honored here. Yes, so it's nice to be back.
Tell me a little bit about doing this wonderful film, Darkest Hour, and portraying Winston Churchill.
Well, it was a year of my life. All things Winston. I think I drove my family and my wife a little crazy with it. she used to say, she said, I go to bed with Winston Churchill, but I wake up with Gary Oldman, which was better than the other way round, I guess. It was a lot of work, but fascinating work.
Your films run the. I mean, I remember you doing Sid Vicious, and of course the bad guy in Air Force One, and the Dark Knight films. But this, people are talking about this as a great crowning achievement for you because you so embodied Mr. Churchill. Was this a passion project for you?
Well, I've always been somewhat passionate about Winston Churchill, but because of my physicality, I never thought the opportunity would. I'm still waiting for them to make the Stan Laurel biopic, you know. So, maybe Chamberlain at a pinch. But I never. So it was never something on my. It was never an obvious thing or a bucket list thing. So it was. I wavered. It wasn't an immediate yes, because I just thought, how the hell do I do it? Just how would I pull it off? You know. So
you so often have you morph into your characters.
You know what it is? I think I do a lot of hard work, a lot of homework, and we're in somewhat of a day and age where everybody wants it very quickly, and they take a couple of acting lessons, and in 4 weeks, they got it down. It's a little harder than that. It takes a bit more work. There's nothing like doing homework and prepping.
Well, your hard work pays off, and it shows on the screen. Congratulations! Thank you for joining us.
I love this suit, by the way.
Thank you very much. Gary Oldman tonight, the star of Darkest Hour, portraying Winston Churchill. Bianca, what else have we got going on? All the stars are coming on.
We're waiting for Armie Hammer. We have Sam Rockwell first, I believe,
Rockwell, from 3 Billboards.
And Armie Hammer's on deck, and Saoirse Ronan is after Armie. We've got a nice lineup right now. Look at all those baseball terms.
On deck. Yes, yeah. Here comes Sam Rockwell.
Hey.
Hi, Sam.
How's it going?
Good. 3 Billboards, fascinating film, fascinating character you play.
Yes, it is. Yes, you're redneck racist. Fun stuff.
But there's a redemption. I don't want to.
Yes, there is. We don't want to give it away, but there's a little surprise. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of the interesting part of your character is the arc that he has.
Yes, that's right. No, there's a journey. There's a great journey that happens with him, and it's a beautiful film. I'm really proud of it. Yeah.
It's a powerful film, billed as a black comedy. I mean, it is intense, but at times very, very funny.
Yes. No, but that's really the magic trick that Martin does. Is he infuses humor in this very dark drama in order for the audience to kind of digest it.
We're excited to have you here in Palm Springs to receive this award. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
I've been a huge fan ever since Galaxy Quest. So.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
Well, enjoy your evening.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Sam Rockwell from 3 Billboards.
Thanks. All right, and we have Armie Hammer. Been waiting patiently.
I know you want to talk to Armie Hammer, so I'm going to let you do
one of my favorite movies. Right there.
See him right over
a nice
here.
Little moment if you want to take a look.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to talk to him right now about his film starring Timothée Chalamet himself. We just, of course, interviewed Timothy not too long ago. Armie plays the love interest of Timothy. You see his wife there, too. I don't know if you can see his beautiful wife, Elizabeth Chambers, just to the left as well. If we pan out a bit, we'll chat there.
Yeah, well, obviously they know one another. They're old friends.
Wait, what makes you say that, Pat?
Sam Rockwell is such a fascinating. He plays so many interesting charactars over the years. I'm going to let you talk.
Hi, Armie. How are you?
Hi, guys.
I'm Bianca. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Welcome. I'm going to let you talk to the pretty young lady.
Oh well, you're quite the gentleman.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Good. We just talked to Timothy just about 10 minutes ago, and it was so great. He called you a brother to him. It was pretty special.
Yeah.
Seems your relationship is one of genuine friendship.
It really is. We hit it off while we were making the movie, and our friendship has only continued to grow, which is really nice. He's a special kid.
Call Me By Your Name. Timothy falls in love with your character, a college-age student. You know, this film, it's really special because there's nothing negative about the story. It proposes a love story, and really, it was presented the way any other story in Hollywood would have, right? They don't focus on the fact that it's two men.
Right, yeah, it's just told as like a human love story of two humans who fall in love with each other, and there's no antagonist, no one has to pay for being gay, no one gets sick, no one gets sort of rejected by their parents or beat up by, rednecks or anything like that. It's a beautiful story of two humans being in love.
There was something so relatable about it. Just watching it, there were so many times where I'd say, I remember that moment of your first love. Everybody seems to have that experience. Why do you think it is such a universal film?
I think our director, Luca Guadagnino, was able to sort of boil down to the most sort of elemental human emotions of what it is to actually be infatuated with somebody and fall in love, which is why anybody, regardless of their orientation or identification, can watch it and remember the first time that they felt those feelings.
And lastly, Army, before you go, the scene that stuck out with me the most at the very end with Timothy and his father, where he was talking to him, of course, about the fact that so many of us are so jaded and broken and closed down by the time we're 30 that we're closed off to love. What can this teach us about love after heartbreak?
My favorite expression, and one that really kind of ties into the message, is don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
That's beautiful. Thank you, and
Thank you.
Great job, great work. Enjoy your night. Thank you. Of course, Armie Hammer there, starring in the film Call Me By Your Name with Timothée Chalamet. Yeah, that final scene, watched it a few times, actually. It was pretty remarkable, the father just giving his son such advice. Saoirse Ronan we have now. How are you? I don't know if you remember. 2 years ago, you were right here for Brooklyn. You counted me down. We're the local Palm Springs station.
Oh, yeah. So do I not get to count you down? Has someone else done that already?
Well, we're in the show. I'm going to ask my producer if we can toss the break at the end so you get your roll back. Is that good?
I hope so. I mean, I came back just to do this.
I thought so. I saw the eye contact.
Yeah.
Saoirse, congratulations. The Desert Palm Achievement Award for your role in Lady Bird, the starring title, of course. I'm curious, playing an American teenager, what differences did you find from what it was like being a teen in Ireland?
I mean, I think fundamentally there isn't much of a difference. I think, every teenager has insecurities and, flaws and all that, and also wonderful, wonderful things about them. And, she's at a point where she's figuring herself out. Oh, they're freaking out over someone. Is it Salma Hayek? Love Salma Hayek. Love Salma Hayek. But, I don't think there was much of a difference. I mean, I went to Catholic school, so that was quite similar.
Something that was really unique about this film, there was no major climax, one big bad thing that happened. It was kind of a series of big moments. It was somebody's life. Why do you think people related to that storyline so much?
Are you talking about...
Yeah, with Lady Bird, it was just you saw so many different big moments of a teenager's life.
I mean, I think, and I'm so glad that people have reacted to it and given it so much love in the way they have, that really, I think even though it's wonderful to have films as well where there are these big climactic moments, it's also really lovely just to have a very sort of human story where with our film it's more sort of snapshots and it's individual moments, and they're very sort of everyday and relatable, but yet they hold just as much gravity as anything you would see in, a film of a much larger scale, because the emotional weight is very much there, and I think that's what people took from it. They could see themselves in it. So,
well, it was beautiful work that you did. Palm Springs loves you. It seems the world loves you. So we hope we get more Saoirse. I'm going to ask my producer if we could toss a break.
Yeah.
Do we get to?
It's going to be another 2 years.
I know. Can we have you count down? You want to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? You're watching the Desert's News Leader.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're watching the Desert's News Leader. Back to you.
You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by The General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by The General Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Palm Springs International Film Festival. I'm here live with Mary J. Blige. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
meet you. You look
Good to meet you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
We're live right now. Welcome, and thanks so much for talking to us. Mary J., you had said that playing this role was in your blood, playing Florence in Mudbound. Why was it in your DNA to play this role?
Well, it was in my DNA because my family is Southern. My mother's Southern, my father's Southern, and in the summers, my mom would send us from New York to Georgia to spend summers with my grandmother. So I knew this woman, Florence. She was my grandmother. She was my aunt. They had farms. They had, they were sharecroppers. I've seen this as a child. So it was already there. These women were very strong, but silent women. They couldn't say much, but they were powerful, powerful women. So Florence was already there because my mom is the same type of woman.
You truly had to strip down for this role. No lashes, no glamour, none of that. I'd have to imagine for the queen of hip-hop soul that was difficult, yet Mary J., was it cathartic a bit?
Of course it was difficult. It was difficult because I didn't know I was holding on to so many things. I didn't know I was holding on to things that made me feel secure. And it was definitely therapeutic. It was cathartic. It was everything because once I surrendered to Florence, she set me free. She gave me a newfound confidence and made me put my head up high and say, wow, I don't need all those things to be Mary J. Blige, although I still wear them.
You're loved clearly for who's inside of you, which must have been beautiful to see.
Oh yes, it was so refreshing. It was so refreshing and liberating.
You've been very vocal about the difficult personal struggles you're going through, of course, going through your divorce. Now, I'd have to imagine, did this help strengthen you, get you through it at all?
It really did because it gave me a confidence. It made me feel more beautiful than I've ever felt in a very long time. It made me see that I don't need all these things to make me feel beautiful. And if I ever felt like I needed them to please someone, it set me free.
Thank you for coming out saying that. I think a lot of women, we feel like we have to have that layer of literal makeup or the selfie, the right lighting, and it's nice to have you come forward and just be honest about how liberating it really is.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, once I let Florence live, I was running around in New Orleans from trailer to trailer like with an afro and no makeup. It was just so freeing. I felt like a child again, just running around free. So it really helped me from the inside out. Yeah.
And lastly, I saw you perform in the Coachella Valley past February. I was with one of my girlfriends, and I have to tell you, we laughed, we cried. I mean, it was so empowering, and I felt the same way after watching your film. Talk to me about the process to get your fans to feel that way.
I mean, to get my fans to feel in music or film?
Both, all of your work.
I mean, the emotion is real. I used a lot of my real emotion and a lot of my real situations to portray Florence. I had no choice. It was all going down. It was all inside me. So I just let it rip. Whatever it is that I need to become, I become the thing. I become the lyric. I become the person. I become the strength or the weakness. Whatever it is, I live it. I really, really live it.
It's evident, and thank you for being a role model for so many of us.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your Golden Globe nominations, too, and have fun inside.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye. Mary J. Blige, she's receiving 2 Golden Globe nominations, so she's nominated, of course, for her role of Florence in Mudbound, also for Best Song, potentially, for that film, Mighty River, and she's the first person to be nominated in both acting and music categories in the last 10 years. We have Common, I believe, is coming up next. Yes, he's going to be presenting that award to Mary J. Blige, so we'll talk to him in just a moment. If we want to take a look right here at Common. He's been to the film festival in the past. He's worked in Selma, of course, no stranger to Palm Springs. And clear, you see a moment between the two of them, that friendship. All right, we're still watching Mary J. Blige and Common sharing a bit of a moment there as
also
we wait,
coming up
talking
is
to
Peter
him.
Fonda, who will be presenting the award to Gary Oldman, the Desert Palm Achievement Award. We're getting hugs from Sheriff Stan Sniff at the moment. It's good to see you, Sheriff.
One back here. Oh, I think, are we losing Common? Let's take a look one more time. We're going to try to grab him.
Well,
I might yell out. Common, hi there. How are you? I'm Bianca Ray. Nice to meet you.
Wait, what's your name?
Bianca.
Nice to meet you, Bianca. I love that name.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's my cousin's name.
Is it? It's kind of a unique name. You don't meet a lot of Biancas. I don't.
You don't, but it's a great name.
Thank you
look
so
great
much.
Tonight.
Thank you very much. Tell me that little moment you had there with Mary J. Clearly such a great relationship, friendship there.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of love for her and reverence and just respect her. And I was letting her know that I thought her performance was really good in Mudbound. And I was asking her, was she tired? And she said she's inspired now. Like, she got a little rest and she's feeling good. And I happy for her because, you know, this is somebody who's had a strong career as an artist and musician, and it's difficult to make the transition into acting and really be respected. And she put her heart and soul into her role in Mudbound, and it's beautiful, beautiful performance. I'm actually getting to introduce her tonight for that.
You have something all written out. You're speaking from the heart. I mean, I'm sure it's all from the heart, but what are you going to say up there about her?
I mean, I basically, some of the things I was just saying is not, people assume that it's easy to make that transition, but it's not. But she's always shown the strength of a woman, the strength of a black woman, the strength of humanity. And she's done that in her music, and now she showed it in her character. And I think she does it in her life. So I just want to celebrate her for that. And, you know, I'm also...
As do you. Congratulations on all of your work.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we actually... we did a song for the movie Marshall, which is called Stand Up for Something, that Diane Warren wrote, that we actually get an opportunity to go out and be a part of all these festivities. So we're just grateful to be, I'm always grateful to be at the places where art is being celebrated.
Well, we're happy to have you here in Palm Springs. Are you a fan of the desert? You've been here before, I know.
I've been here before, and it's beautiful here. When I arrived, I felt a good breath, but besides my phone wasn't working good, but I was still happy to see the mountains and everything.
It's always great. I was home in Chicago for Christmas break. It's nice to get away from the snow. We're so lucky here, right?
Yeah, I'm a Chicagoan too, and I didn't spend Christmas there, but I heard it was like 0 degrees on Christmas Day.
It was all like good in the 50s until the day before Christmas we got the snow, but I mean, as a Chicagoan, you kind of want a white Christmas, right?
I actually do like a white Christmas and a little cold. I spent Christmas in Florida, but I still appreciate it because I was just with the fam, but I like a little white Christmas.
Me too. Well, that'll be our little secret. Thanks so much, Common. Very nice to see you again. Have a good night. Enjoy. All right, thank you. Well, so much excitement over here, Patrick.
And a lot of excitement across the street. Actually, I've been told that we're going to check in with Alexandra Pierce across the street because Selma Hayek was just over there.
I'm holding my IFB because it is so loud because Selma Hayek just left. She literally walked up and down, I believe, twice. So seriously, we're seeing lots of people, but you know who we haven't seen yet? My girl, Wonder Woman. Just a couple of gals over here. So I'm going to hang out with these people and I'm going to help them out. So when Gal gets here, I'm going to pass out these little posters. You guys want some? Yes, here we go. All right, I got 9 of them. So give me all your hands. Here we go. Let's get another. All right, last one. Okay, ready? We're all going to say Gal really loud just as a practice, okay? And wave your signs. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! Yes! Very good, very good. I give that an A+. Everyone is so confused because they think she's here, but that was just a practice round. So when she's here, they are ready. Sorry for the confusion, Patrick and B, but back to you guys.
All right. Allie, thanks. So we'll check back with you in just a bit.
And we're here with director Joe Wright. You were just saying that you flew in from Virginia, so a little celebration for New Year's, and now here to work here at the film festival.
Yeah, it's quite a culture shock, I must say. We were like -2 or something degrees in Virginia and wearing our farm boots, and now we're surrounded by all this glamour. It's quite a culture shock.
You've been at the helm of some really wonderful films. Talk a little bit about what's going on here in Palm Springs at this film festival and the awards that are going on. You picking the right movies here?
It's exciting. You know, I mean, I'm here to support Gary Oldman, who's getting the what is it?
The Desert Palm Achievement Award. Yes.
Yep, the Desert Palm Achievement Award, and but it's great. There are lots of lovely friends here. I was last here 10 years ago with Atonement
with Saoirse Ronan.
With Saoirse Ronan, so that's come full circle.
It must be so amazing to see her just grow up and be so accomplished.
Yeah, no, it's a real privilege. So it's great to be here.
Well, we're delighted to have you back, and thank you so much, Joe Wright. I'm glad you had a good time in Charlottesville. And we have Aaron Sorkin, who is the director of Molly's Game, and it's his directorial debut.
Right, very exciting.
Mr. Sorkin.
Good to see you.
Longtime fan. I'm Patrick Evans.
Thanks very much.
You picked, I think, a really challenging piece for your directorial debut.
Yeah, I'll say. I didn't know that I'd be directing it when I was writing it, which is probably a good thing. I probably would have written it very much simpler than I did. But we're all really proud of how it came out. It was a triumph of collaboration. And tonight I get to honor Jessica here at the Palm Springs Film Festival.
Who is absolutely amazing, and I think obviously she owes a lot of that to her natural acting ability and talent and skill, but also to that wonderful screenplay that you wrote.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say. We all owe a lot to each other. It was really a triumph of collaboration.
So now that you've moved into the realm of directing, I mean, people are so familiar with the works that you've penned from The West Wing and The Newsroom and social media. Do you want to do more directing, or do you prefer sitting behind the typewriter?
No, I'd love to do more directing. I love working with great directors, and I'm not done wanting to do that, but I had a blast doing this, so I'd love to do it again.
Obviously, it's fun for you to be here to honor Jessica, who did such a beautiful job in your film.
Yes, it really is. This is her night. She's getting the Chairman's Award. It's very prestigious, and I'm happy to be the one to hand it to her.
You'll be receiving a Screenwriters Impact Award later this week as well.
Tomorrow, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Aaron Sorkin, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being on the program.
All right, and very timely, actually, Jessica Chastain is over with the fans right now. Let's go over to Allie. I think she's nearby. All right, let's stay with us right here. We have more celebrity interviews on the way.
Okay, yeah, I need to say something because
go ahead.
one of the things, it's a technical thing, and I totally forgot, but my mic is hot while you're doing interviews and vice versa.
Correct.
And so some people mentioned that on social media.
Oh,
my
okay.
buddy Casey Dolan pointed out, so my apologies for talking over Bianca.
Okay.
I always forget
Okay.
that both mics are hot throughout the entire program.
No worries. Well, stay right here with us. We have more celebrity interviews on the way.
You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
We're here with Willem Dafoe, recipient of the Icon Award. Welcome to Palm Springs.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You were just talking, I was overhearing a bit of the conversation. What does it mean to be an icon?
I'm not going to have any better luck with you than I did with him. Icon is a symbol to me. It's something that's very defined. I don't feel so much like that. I mean, part of being an actor is, being flexible. But I think it's a convention, and it's a very nice recognition. And the previous recipients, it's great to be in their company. You have got people like Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, Michael Douglas, Robert Duvall. I'm flattered, and it's fun to be here.
You mentioned being flexible, and I think you really demonstrated that in the movie The Florida Project. A really interesting role, a really interesting film, and working with Brooklyn Prince must have been an adventure.
Yes. Florida Project was a great experience, not only as an actor, but, you go through something like that, you learn about a world that you didn't know, and it really changes you. Working with Brooklyn's a 7-year-old actress that's just a little spitfire. She's really a gifted young actress. My job paralleled, my role in the movie paralleled my job. I kind of had to wrangle her. She's a big energy. She's a big personality. I love her. It was a job.
Well, you also serve as sort of the moral compass of that film.
Yes, but it's funny, I think that's true, and when I see it, I do believe that, but it's one of those funny things that when I was doing the role, I wasn't aware of that kind of... I just knew he was a good man that wanted to make things better, and it's only after, where I have a little distance, I can see that. I think it's a lesson that when you do a movie, sometimes the audience completes it for you. And when I was doing it, I didn't have that kind of awareness of his compassion or his empathy. I just saw him as a harried motel manager that was trying to, watch the ball game and, have an easy life and make sure everybody was okay, which is sort of a beautiful expression of a basic human impulse to take care of each other.
Well, it's a beautiful film, and your role in particular, the big-hearted compassion just comes across. It's fantastic. Congratulations on your award.
Yeah,
enjoy your evening
so
here in Palm Springs.
All right, I will. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, welcome back. So much excitement right across the street. All the fans. We're hearing Jessica Chastain is across the street. Let's go to Allie now. She's live with the fans.
You guys, I didn't hear you earlier because I was leading a chant for everyone to see Jessica Chastain, and by golly, they did. Yes! They all got their signatures, and they are very excited. But right now, it's kind of a lull, so we'll use this opportunity to bring back a fan favorite, which is my very own trivia game with $5 Starbucks gift cards. You guys ready? All right. Okay, so first question is about Allison Janney. Janney, how many Emmys does she have? Raise your hand. Not 5. More.
7.
Who said 7? 7. It's 7 Emmys. Yes. Winner. Okay. Our girl, Wonder Woman. What song was she listening to while she was auditioning? I'm going to give you a hint because you guys look a little confused. It's by my girl, Beyonce. Close. It's with girls.
Rule the world. Girls.
Yes. Who run the world? Girls. Yes. Good job. All right. And what amazing movie series was Gary Oldman in? Yes! Over here! We had this happen last year where someone wasn't in the section, but we're going to make sure you got it. Awesome. Okay, we're going to ask one more question, and that is about Mary J. Blige, because I know that you love her. What was the name of her very first album? Who said that over there? I'm sorry, girl. Who was it? Back over here. You guys are the best. I love playing trivia with all these people, and we're going to save this one for another game in just a little bit. Back to you guys.
All right, Alexandra, thank you so much. A lot of fun over there. Now, to some serious entertainment news. When sexual assault allegations emerged against Harvey Weinstein months ago, Hollywood changed a bit. I'm sure you all, of course, have been following this very closely in the news. More and more actors came forward saying they, too, were victims of sexual assault. This has become known as the hashtag #MeToo movement. Now, this movement has, of course, changed the climate of Hollywood. And as you're about to see, it's also changing the landscape of award season. Celebrities have long used the award show acceptance speech as a platform to gain attention to issues important to them.
I want to dedicate this to the LGBT community all around the world.
Now, the sexual harassment scandal is front and center in their own industry, and many are not shying away from it. Jessica Chastain, being honored for her role in Molly's Game, has already been very vocal denouncing sexual harassment, and award season is just starting, condemning Weinstein, supporting the silence breakers, advocating for women in the entertainment industry. She even told the New York Times she was shocked to be nominated for a Globe, fearing speaking out could hurt her career. And then there's Gal Gadot, winner of tonight's Rising Star Award for her portrayal of Wonder Woman. She said she and others in the film didn't want to be part of a superhero sequel unless producer Brett Ratner, accused of sexual harassment, is out. The hashtag #MeToo movement ignited fast on social media, and now with award stages at hand, it's likely to spread even more.
This is a watershed moment, and people are doing a check. They're checking themselves now.
We sat down with Kim Waltrip, president of WonderStar Productions, who worked with Harvey Weinstein on the film The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, starring Jessica Chastain.
I was just completely appalled and amazed at the stories and how fast this all came about, and he went down.
She says it shows a shift in Hollywood, and we can expect to hear about it in acceptance speeches.
We're at the height of this revolution, and I think people will take advantage of having those ears and eyes.
Starting tonight in Palm Springs.
Palm Springs Film Festival is going to be the landscape. It's going to set the landscape for how it might go down.
All right, now KESQ.com and CBSLocal2.com should be your stop. Everything Film Festival. If you want to see interviews, if you want to see more pictures, we have a gallery, all that under our Film Festival tab. So make sure you all keep an eye on that, and you can check the growing gallery of images. Pictures actually being uploaded as we speak. So just stay with us online and social media too. We have our Instagram pages full force. I'm actually live on my Instagram right now. A lot going on.
A lot going on indeed, and of course you'll be able to see the actual
gala.
streaming live as well. So you can go to cbslocal2.com or KESQ.com and find that. So it's kind of like an easy way to get a ticket inside.
I think so. Pretty easy. Great front row seat over there.
The film The Shape of Water receiving the Vanguard Award, and I believe that you put together a really nice piece on this, which I will introduce.
Go ahead. Take it away.
The cast and crew of
I think that was my cue to get out, okay?
No, don't go away.
Go.
Visually stunning Shape of Water. They're going to be taking home the Vanguard Award tonight. We talked to the one of the stars, Richard Jenkins, and also the director, Guillermo del Toro. And, of course, it's a woman who's trapped in a life of isolation in a high-security government laboratory, but her life changes forever when she runs into a secret classified experiment, The Shape of Water.
You may think that thing looks human.
And that is a beautiful, well-crafted film, and I love what the director said about it, that it's a modern-day fairy tale, a fairy tale for adults. I love the way he talked about his movie. We're going to go over to Alexandra Pierce, who's across the street. She has somebody pretty special over there.
We believe she has Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman. Allie.
Yes, of course. We do have Patty Jenkins over here. She is signing lots of photos of Wonder Woman herself, and so many excited fans out here. She's saying goodbye. She looks very Wonder Woman-esque herself, but lots of people are excited for the one and only Gal Gadot. They have been waiting for her to come out this entire day. They have pictures and memorabilia. This is really the celebrity that everyone has wanted to see tonight. You can see she's in this gorgeous yellow dress. She has been the celebrity to get a picture with, and as you can see, everyone is snapping selfies with her. They are trying to talk to her if at all possible. She is the woman of the evening. Everyone's been waiting for her. Wonder Woman herself, you can see lots of scribbles on those photos. They are so excited. Of course, Wonder Woman, she is receiving the Rising Star Award. Look, she's signing one of the pictures that I brought out, which is really exciting. So she's going to make a chance to make sure that she gets to all of those fans, and that she's signing a shoebox over there. You can see a photograph of her. This is really the person that we have been waiting to see. And of course, she's going to go in and get this gala started. Really, so much frenzy, so much excitement over Wonder Woman herself. I'm even a little bit astonished to see her. It's definitely a starstruck kind of moment. But we've been really seeing these celebrities really making an effort to go back and forth, some of them coming back. And if I can predict things correctly, which I've been out here for a couple years, I think she's going to really make an effort to get all the way down to sign all of those fans' autographs and really do her best. You can see those big autographs. She's signing one of those shields right there. Definitely a main part of her costume throughout the movie. They're coming back with another shield trying to get her to sign that. But look at this. All of these people are throwing their photos at her. This, as I said, is the person that everyone wants to meet, and you can see lots of security around her. They want to make sure that she's being careful. Obviously, walking in these gowns can be very difficult, so we're going to snag her. Gal Gadot, what's it like to be in Palm Springs?
It's very exciting. It's my first time here.
Well, welcome.
I'm very excited.
We'll let you get onto the red carpet. Thanks for joining us. Have fun. As you heard, her first time in Palm Springs, and we'll hope that she gets over to you guys, Patrick and Bianca.
Really, thank you. Everyone is so excited. She just looks beautiful and has become such a role model to so many people right now. Very excited. We hope she stops to talk to us.
Yeah, that would be exciting. And I think we have a little video and some sound from Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot, who is now a big star.
Huge.
I think that everything Wonder Woman stands for is brilliant. She stands for justice and peace and wisdom and love and acceptance and compassion. And all of these things are rare. They're becoming rare in our world.
The beauty of what Gal has is that she is physically very imposing. She's stunning. She's like 6 feet tall.
2, 1, go!
she's super strong, kind of emotionally, and her presence is very captivating. But she also, at the same time, has this beautiful spirit to her that's very, and I know she hates me saying this, but it's not childlike, but it's very open and warm and inviting, and she's got a wonderful maternal quality to her, and a deep kind of love for the world.
You know nothing of pain and nothing of sacrifice, so you will do nothing. As your queen, I forbid it.
This idea that like this warrior for love will set the world right, and not through what we would consider the normal sort of like aggressive male, like, I'm gonna fight for it. Though if challenged, of course she will.
Never let your guard down. You expect a battle to be fair. A battle will never be fair.
All right, welcome back. We're out live. You're looking at Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins, the director, of course, of Wonder Woman. We're told we're going to have her next. We could ask her one question. Very, very excited to speak with her.
I know that you're very excited about this. And, you know, I grew up watching Linda Carter as Wonder Woman.
Right.
I loved to see the new incarnation, and I love that it captured so many young people's imaginations. Just a terrific film. And Patty Jenkins did an outstanding job. It's one of the best performing of the superhero movies.
It has been, $821 million in the box office, Pat. This clearly shows the demand for a female superhero from society. I mean, she right now is the icon, the role model for so many people.
Well, I know you've been very excited about doing this interview, and I'm going to enjoy it. You're going to get
Thanks,
to talk
Patrick.
about Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, it looks like. Oh.
All right, we have Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins. Hi there. How are you? Hi, Gal. I'm Bianca. Nice to meet you.
Okay, you look so beautiful.
You look stunning. Thank you. Hi, Patty.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you, too.
Welcome.
Wow, look at
this. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, so much. I'm told I have one question. I wish I could sit here for a long time with you, but something that really struck me that you've said. Thank you. Thanks. Good. Spoiler alert. Well, you had said that your daughter, when asked about Disney princesses, was just kind of like, meh, because all they do is sit around and wait for men to come save them.
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. What do you hope that your daughters and all little girls out there learn from Wonder Woman out there saving men?
That everything is possible. It's not about even saving men. It's about anything you want to do is possible. And I think that part of the reason to why this movie is so important for me, other than the character and the story, is that girl can only dream about being what they see they can. And the fact that we show them this character and everything that she brings with being that is just wonderful.
The success of this film truly shows the demand. I'm getting wrapped right now. Patty, thank you so much, and congratulations. And on your award as well tomorrow, the Creative Impact Award. Gal, thank you so much for talking to us.
Of course. Thank you for having us. Bye.
Congratulations.
Well, she's just absolutely lovely. We only had a quick minute with her, but so wonderful to get to interview her. Patrick, like I was saying, the box office numbers, I was telling you, $821 million. That was not talking about dolls and DVDs and paraphernalia and books, everything. It just showed so many people showed up to see this film.
Well, a truly iconic character. Wonder Woman has been around for a long time. I mean, I've had Linda Carter on Eye in the Desert, the woman who played the Wonder Woman in the original TV series. But I think fans of Wonder Woman have been really waiting for the next, the reboot, if you will. And Patty Jenkins delivered what was not just a great superhero film, but it was a terrific movie. And I think that's what fans are responding to is both the positive portrayal, a strong female heroine, and then also all packaged in a terrific film that's fun.
Well, that's just it. Gal has done so much with the platform that film gave her. She's received a lot of awards. For example, GQ named her Woman of the Year. Also, she's receiving the #SeeHer Award at the Critics' Choice Awards. That's given to a woman who really puts a spotlight on women's rights and advocates for women. And interestingly, the whole goal of this See Her movement is to accurately portray women by 2020, which is, of course, the 100th anniversary of women's right to vote. I believe we're going to toss to break now. We're kind of waiting. Things are dying down, quieting down a bit here on the red carpet.
Well, you can see that our compatriots at Entertainment Tonight and the Getty Images are breaking down, which typically is a sign that they're done. Jessica Chastain was not doing interviews tonight. She did walk along and say hi to some of the folks in the crowd. But, I think we kind of gauge this as how many of the big stars come and talk, and most of them did tonight. I think that was a lot of fun for the fans because they spent some time over there with the fans and over here in the grandstands. And, of course, you had some terrific opportunities to interview some people you really admired, as did I.
I really did. It's spectacular to see. I love when you see what celebrities do with platforms given to them. And Gal, interestingly, Patrick, she grew up, she went playing sports, went to law school. She was not out there to become an actress. And this huge spotlight has been thrust upon her, and she's doing wonderful things with it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll have more live from the red carpet here at the Palm Springs International Film Festival Awards Gala.
You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. You're watching a special presentation of KESQ News Channel 3 and CBS Local 2. Live from the red carpet of the 29th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Brought to you by the General Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
And welcome back to our live coverage of the Palm Springs International Film Festival Gala. Great job tonight. Allie, you did a terrific job. How much fun did you have over?
It's so much fun to be back with you guys. It feels so separated, even though we're just separated by a street.
I know.
But you guys, I couldn't believe how quickly the celebrities were coming over and how
all
long.
At once, right? Yeah.
Yes, and how long they stayed with the fans. Selma Hayek, I gotta give her props because she went back and forth, back and forth. Timothy Chalamet was hugging fans. I mean, it was a love fest over there, and everyone was just so sweet and so gracious. I love these fans, and they bring their pictures. They have them. Some of them have one of those accordion file folders where they have them with like alphabetical.
Wait,
so
that's
that
like a future producer of the show, basically.
Yes,
is what you're saying, right?
So they like pull up the names like when they hear everyone shouting. So they're very organized. They are ready for this, and they're still there. I don't know who's still coming, but they're still going to wait for some celebrities if they show up.
You never know. You never know.
And, what a terrific night. I think we missed Peter Fonda, who's going to be giving the award to Gary Oldman tonight. Jessica Chastain wasn't doing interviews, and Selma Hayek, you were right there.
Yeah,
right
she
there.
Literally spent all her time with them.
And that is so important. That's so nice when they do that. It really is. I got to talk to Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot stopped here. It's just so remarkable to hear her talking about the way that she's so passionate about the message that Wonder Woman spreads, and not just, like she was saying, not just Wonder Woman out there saving women, but saving people and humanity. It was a story of love. It was great.
And we snagged her as she was coming over. This is her first time in Palm Springs.
Right.
I don't know if she said that to you guys. So she was excited to be here. I was excited to see her. I got a little starstruck, I got to admit. It might have shown in my face.
There are lots of pictures posted on both the CBS Local 2 and KESQ websites. We want you to check that out. We'll be streaming live from inside the gala as well, so you can see the awards and all the acceptance speeches. Always a lot of fun to work with you both. The thorn between two roses. I almost said it the other way around. But thank you guys. A great fun night. And I want to say also a big thank you to our Carly and Stephanie and Air back in the studio. It takes a giant group of people working really hard to pull all of this off. King K, our news director, Rebecca Johnson, just a big group of people to make this work and do live TV for a couple of hours from a big event like this. Always a lot of fun, very hectic, but I think a fun night for certainly for us and hopefully for you guys watching at home.